Hi there, that's right, my name's Nick Dutch and I'm a professional tarot reader. Now for those of you who don't know, a tarot reading is merely a consultation between two people, between the inquirer and the reader. Because when a tarot reading is laid out, it can tell a story, and that story can sometimes be relevant to the life of the inquirer, and as a result of it, provide a bit of guidance, a bit of clarity, a different perspective, an opportunity for the client to contemplate what's in the reading. Okay? Obviously a tarot reading is an entertainment service because you don't come to a tarot reader to find out the atomic weight of uranium, for instance, do you? However, some people believe, and it is my experience, that once in a while something strange can happen within a tarot reading, as if a bit of insight, a bit of information comes through from a seemingly alternate source, and that information, that aspects of the reading, can also be used as a way of getting extra clarity, extra guidance and extra meaning for the inquirer. So we're going to do a few readings today, we're going to cover a few subjects, we're just going to see what's going to come through, okay? Okay, here we go. This is the first tarot reading of today. I've shuffled the cards very thoroughly, and just very quickly cutting the deck a few times just to increase the randomness still further, okay? We've got one particular client who is asking, this is a YouTube user called Sunspring. Sunspring is asking whether they will have a good relationship with a character called N, and whether they'll get married and have kids. Now, the only bad news I'll give you is that I don't read on the dates of marriage, because that's a free will issue once you've reached that level of connectivity with someone. And I won't read on pregnancy, childbirth or medical matters, okay? Because I personally find that unethical. So, what I will do is my standard 8-card relationship reading, and we'll just focus in a little more and just see how it's going to go for you guys, okay? So we've got the cards for yourself here, and this is the cards for the other person called N, and the forces between you. Okay. Now we've got a very interesting reading. Before I expand to the future part of the spread, the forces between you, talking about satisfaction. You're not quite there, but it's definitely building up. That's why this card is called satiety. There's a sense of fullness, and of course it's the maximum card you can have within the pip cards for the emotion of love. But you're not quite there yet. You're only just, the signs are reversed, and therefore there is a sense of trying to overcome a few obstacles first and foremost. On N side of things, good sense of satisfaction with you, again not quite making the grade, the signs are reversed, and also mixed with a sense of decision making. But you'll notice that the decision making card, which in this case is the Lovers, is reversed, and that essentially refers to the fact that it's probable that the decision that N wants to make is already made. The fact we've got some sign of satisfaction between you and it's within the Suit of Cups is actually looking very positive on N side of things. Now the only issues I've got here on your side of the reading, I feel that you're sensing this as being a potentially very positive situation indeed. Then you might be asking yourself, why have we got the signs of powerlessness, namely the Devil card, and the signs of instability, which is the Lightning Struck Tower? Now the Lightning Struck Tower is upright, which suggests that the feeling of instability is actually there, alright, because you don't quite know how this is going to work out in the long term because of certain seeming obstacles. The fact that the Devil card is reversed, because the Devil card when upright, it's a Saturnian image, it's talking about learning an awful lot, and it's also talking about a feeling of powerlessness. As it's reversed, it's suggesting to me you need more acceptance to be able to allow this relationship to flourish. You do seem to have come from very different backgrounds. We got very different energies on both sides of the readings, but we got the sense of satisfaction in the forces between you. So you need to apply some acceptance. The things that you have been powerless over, they are going to be cleared away, which is going to alleviate the sense of instability we have here. And I feel that this is going to be mirrored as we move into the short-term, mid-term and long-term future part of the reading. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, it's looking brilliant. Now the reason I say it's looking brilliant is because initially we got, again, a mirror sign with the forces between you within your first 3-month period from today's date, which is talking about an increase of loving energy, because it's a cup card, alright? It's a male cup card, suggesting that the male within this connection here is actually going to start coming a bit more forward and actually probably laying his proverbial cards on the table as far as making the relationship work. We've got signs of a very singular, very focused form of monogamous connection, which is in the Ace of Swords, talking about communication. Watch out though, it could seem a little one-sided between 3 to 6 months from now. But then after that, we've got the illumination of wisdom coming through here. The Hermit card does often signify solitude. I don't feel that that's the case in this particular reading because of the way that it's conflicting with a sense of the developing feeling of satisfaction that we have here in the forces between you. So essentially, the fact that the Hermit is reversed is suggesting you're going to have much more of a feeling of unity with the passage of time. Also, the Hermit card is shown as having, you know, he's holding a lantern there. The lantern stands for wisdom, so you're still going to have to apply an awful lot of wisdom in the relationship as you move into the future, and to ignore any interferences from the background. But that's after 6 months from now. You've still got a lot of foundation building to try and bring it up to that level. Do I feel you've got the potential to reach the marriage level? Well, the potential is there, but there's still a bit more work that's got to be done. Essentially, I'm still seeing this as a very positive reading though. Alright, okay, we got another fabulous reading coming up, and in this case we've got a guy who's training to be a professional sportsman, and he's looking to get himself a coach. His first question is, will he get the chance to actually get himself a coach sorted out so he can progress to actually become a fully fledged professional sports person? Let's just have a quick look. Oh, definitely. Alright. Very good signs within your short and mid-term future. I'd say about 3 to 4 months from now, we got signs of dramatic new beginnings happening for you, as evidence in the Magician card, which often talks about a new stage of initiation. It's the first card of the Major Arcana, and as such, it's talking about a new beginning. Very strong mercurial imagery, talking about studying, working up towards a goal. But we got some more gloomy signs further on down the line for you, and that suggests it's basically going to be a bit of a hard road. Alright, but essentially, do you have the potential to make it? Well, let's have a quick look. Long-term signs talking about success. Basically, need I say more? Okay, the signs are reversed there. Well, there's going to be some sadness, going to be some stress on the run up to you getting your final goal. But essentially, do I feel that you can actually make it to become a professional sports person? You're moving in the right direction. Obviously, you've got to make a lot of decisions on the way to be able to make sure it works out alright, but basically, I'm not really seeing any major problems for you. Rough idea of time frames, you'll be getting there within 1 to 2 years. You also asked me about moving abroad. Is that a possibility? Well, let's just have a quick look. I'm not seeing all that many signs relating to travel. Well, not within this year, possibly later on down the line. That does seem to be related to your career though as well. You'll have to see how your career progresses and what stability you get, but there's still a potential for the move to occur, but not just yet, okay? You also asked me one more question about your spiritual developments and also about time frames for that actually happening for you. Let's just have a quick look and see if we get any signs related to spirituality. The short answer there would be a combination of yes and no. Watch out. I mean, yes, you do seem to have some kind of like guide presence with you. There seems to be much more than one. The Hanged Man can often be interpreted as a sign of treachery. Be careful. Rationally evaluate any voices, any messages, any imagery that you get, and see that as a possible interpretation, not necessarily the full-blown thing. Alright, because some of these impressions you're going to getting, I feel, may actually be acting against you. As you move further on down the line, though, we are seeing, I mean, obviously the Two of Cups is very strong in terms of the message it portrays as far as love is concerned, but also love is the driving force of the spiritual universe. So, do I see further developments? Well, solid cup cards in the second half of this reading. Solid cup cards. So the short answer there would be yes. But this is rather like your sports career question. It looks to me like you've got more development to go through before that can actually start manifesting itself. Time frames, within a year you're going to start to see some changes. But that's as far as I'm going to say. Developing your skills can be very, very long term. Alright, that's a long term gambit. It's not a short term thing. But essentially we are seeing signs of progress. I do feel that again the academic signs are very strong. It looks like you're someone who's dedicated to a lifelong studying, so again I wouldn't be too concerned for you. Alright, good fortune, God bless. That's right, Praising Glorious Nick Dutch here yet again. Do hope you enjoyed the readings today. Now, if you're on YouTube and you want your reading to appear in my tarot shows, then by all means send me an email through YouTube and we'll include it in the next show or one of the subsequent shows, depending upon how many reading requests we get, okay? Or alternatively, if you're not on YouTube but you still want to have a reading done without having to set up a YouTube account, you can send your reading request to Nick at nickdutch.co.uk, and I'll be more than happy to oblige, alright?